Hi everyone, I am Coach Keon Smith from Action Coach Guyana. And of course, we also have the license for the Who's Who in Guyana Business Directory, very comprehensive tool that you can use when it comes to looking at other businesses that are in the directory to form strategic partnerships, to look to see who are some of the key players in different industries. This directory is definitely one of the tools you'll love to get your hands on. We are continuing our interview series with organizations and businesses in and around Guyana who are battling through this unprecedented era. And today I have the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Dennis Herwood from Grace Kennedy Money Services. So without further ado, please welcome Mr. Dennis Herwood. Good morning, Dennis. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Kian. I am fine. Thank you for having me on your interview series. It's a pleasure to be given the opportunity to share about Grace Candy with the rest of Guyana.
Excellent. An absolute pleasure to have you here as well, Dennis. Now, Grace Kennedy, it's a name that a lot of persons may be familiar with, but I'm sure there are lots of persons as well who are tuned in on our social media platforms. And I would just like, before we go on, just say special good morning to all of them. They really help us in our mission of spreading the word by liking, loving, of course, sharing these videos. And I would like to throw it out today that if you guys have any specific relevant question that you may want to ask, you can feel free to drop us a comment and we will see how best we can be able to address those questions. We remind everyone to always keep it professional because that is the kind of culture we would love to continue to create. Now, Dennis, Grace Kennedy, some may know, some may not know. Can you educate us on Grace Kennedy Money Services?
Okay, Kian. So Grace Candy Money Services has been in Guyana for 27 years. It began in 1993, where the company was formed to provide the Western Union service to the Guyanese public. It started basically with one central location in Georgetown, and 10 years later, it grew to about 39 locations providing Western Union service. Has today, it has become a household name in Guyana, and it has moved from 39 locations to having 50 plus locations in every county in Guyana. We have locations as far as Kokwani, as far as Bartica, and as far as number 78 village. But Grace Kennedy is not only Western Union. Grace Kennedy Money Services is not only Western Union. We also offer a one-stop bill payment service, which is known as Bill Express. Bill Express can be found at any Western Union location, and it came about 10 years after the Western Union product was introduced to Guyana. Bill Express allows you to have the same service, the same quality as you would at a Western Union, and it is available at, as I said, all Western Union services. You're allowed to pay many different bills. There we have 20 different billers we offer, and these billers fall in the categories of education providers, utility companies. We also provide for internet services. So you can receive your remittances as well as do your bill payments in one location.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that journey through the history of Grace Kennedy Money Services, starting first of all as Western Union, as most persons will refer to it too. So, congratulations on the growth of the business, moving from central location when you first started to now 50 locations in and around Guyana. And I heard that you mentioned you're in all of the counties. What I especially love is the strategic partnership with the Western Union and the Bill Express, where you just said it, you receive your remittances and you can pay your bills at the same time. So there's no excuse to say that you don't have the cash to pay your bills.
That is correct, Kian.
You did mention that there are different agencies listed as part of the payment for Bill Express. If you can answer this, is there any particular requirements necessary for, let's say, a company to be listed as one of the businesses that can be paid via Bill Express? Is that something you can
Yes,
share with us? Sure.
yes, that's something I can share with you. There's a list of requirements that it will have to meet before we offer them as a biller. That's something we sit down and we would work out with a particular biller um, one on one. But to tell you if there's a list of requirements right away, I cannot say, well, this is a list of requirements. But there's requirements that we work out one on one. It differs from business to business.
Okay. Well, that's good to know because persons who are listening may want to have their company listed as one of the companies that can receive payments through Bill Express. So I think it's really the avenue where we're moving to as a country, where we're embracing technology more, and of course moving away from carrying large sums of cash around to utilizing payment platforms for services.
Correct, Kian. And if I might add, it adds another dimension to the whole moving away from carrying a lot of money around, to the whole move towards digital. It is not a digital platform per se, but it offers the same benefit and a lot more. I have a lot of we have a lot of customers that prefer to have a physical receipt after doing their transaction. Bill Express provides you with that opportunity to have a physical receipt after doing your transaction. It provides you the opportunity to do multiple transactions at once.
Yeah, excellent, fantastic benefits. Um, so Dennis, we are currently still going through, as much as we're praying for this to end, a pandemic, which is COVID 19. And over the course of the last 2 to 3 months, businesses have been severely affected. So I would like for you to share with us how has Grace Kennedy Money Services, how have you guys been affected by COVID 19? And what were some of the strategies you would have had to implement or have implemented to combat COVID 19?
Okay. As a company, as a money services company and an essential service provider, early on we were affected as much as anyone has been by COVID 19. But being the experienced company that we are, we got into action and we decided on a few things that we will do in our location. So, one, we had literature in our location advising customers on how they should act when they're in our location, advising them about social distancing, cough etiquette, and washing hands. We also implemented, we also have at most of our locations hand washing sink or an area where you can sanitize your hands. We also have social distancing stickers at all of our locations, which will allow customers to stay a safe distance away from each other so that the environment is safe for both customers and our employees. Internally, we have also been utilizing technology to work from home.
Yeah, excellent. The idea behind this, what do you think will still continue post COVID? Because we're still going to have persons who might be a bit skeptical about the actual end of the pandemic. What do you think are some of the strategies that GKMS will still continue post COVID 19?
Well, Kian, I don't think that we will quite have a post COVID 19. COVID 19 has changed the environment for the better part.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as a company, I still see us doing our part to prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus and other viruses by maintaining our social distancing policy at our locations. We'll also still be having our literature there to advise persons on how to stay safe because uh, after the pandemic, we will still have to take measures. So I see our measures being there long after the pandemic. And in some regards, it has been there before the pandemic. We had introduced some amount of distancing in our location.
Yes. So I know definitely for the money services, you're especially um, there's a distance from the counter where customers are required to be. So I think that was probably just making that same distance similar throughout the queue. And I liked what you said. There probably is going to be nothing like post COVID. We are still going to be, we are going to get into what we call the new normal. And these measures, like you have mentioned, may very well just become a natural part of business operations for continuous safe practices. Well, maybe that's until they find a vaccine, and even up to then, I think it's still a great addition to have where customers can go through some form of sanitization prior to entering the place of business. It might not be COVID, it could be any other, is it communicable disease that we can work on reducing. So I know my doctor friends are going to be great that I got that word correct. Um, so it is definitely something I think that we can continue. Now, Dennis, for individuals out there, some persons are still working from home. Some businesses are getting back to some sense of normalcy as we await our quarantine rules or procedures here in Ghana. I think we're quarantined up to the 17th. So, what advice would you give to individuals out there and even fellow uh, team members who are part of essential services delivery in Ghana?
Okay. My advice would be very simple, Kian. Follow the rules implemented by the Ministry of Public Health and other health officials. At our organizations, we have been religiously following the rules implemented by the health authorities and health professionals. We're in this together, of course, and we would advise that you follow all rules and precautions advised by health professionals.
Indeed, that is one of the biggest things that we can do, ensure that we follow the rules and regulations. Very, very paramount to for us playing our part in reducing the spread of COVID 19. Now, persons have been listening. I know that we have the information scrolling at the bottom of the screen, but we have some persons who are usually in listen mode as they multitask, as we say. So, persons who are hearing this, they want to get more information about Grace Kennedy Money Services. Tell us how we can make contact with you.
Okay, so we're on all social media platforms. You can make contact with us via Facebook. It's GKMS Guyana. You can make contact with us via Instagram. It's GKMS Guyana. It's GKMSGY. And you can also make contact with our call center. Our call center can handle any calls, any questions that you might have, whether it be for Western Union services or Bill Express services. And that number is 227-5141.
Excellent. So, for those who've now running to get a pen, the number is 227-5141 for all of your questions pertaining to Grace Kennedy Money Services, anything that you want to find out about what they provide. So, Dennis, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on this morning. Um, Continue to stay safe, and I trust that you guys continue to keep up the good work.
Thank you, Kian. I wish you the same. Please stay safe, follow the rules, and we'll all come out of this together stronger.
Definitely. Thank you to all the persons who have tuned in on our social media platform. Thank you guys for your continued support. And of course, you help our mission by liking, loving, and of course, sharing our video content. So, Dennis, do have a fantastic day and give our regards to the team members at Grace Kennedy.
Thank you, Keon. I will. You too.
Okay. So, guys, there you had it. We just had a discussion with Dennis from Grace Kennedy. It is always a pleasure to speak to individuals who are in organizations and they're working to make their difference, to make their impact on what is currently happening here in Guyana. So, everyone, please make sure as well that you continue to stay safe and do have a productive rest of the day.